Hi, David Minns here from G4 Guitar School in Lake Forest with another video lesson, and in today's lesson we're going to be taking a look at the song Wipeout, which was originally recorded by the Safaris. Okay, so let me play the first part for you and then we're going to break this down. Here we go. There's the first part we're going to learn. So the line starts with our third finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string. Okay, and we're going to go from here, 3rd finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, over to the 1st finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string. And once we're there on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, we're going to walk up with our 2nd finger, followed by our 3rd finger, ends up on the 5th fret, 3rd string. So we have, that's the first part. And when we get to this note here, on the 5th fret, 3rd string, we're going to play 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We then come back to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string with the 1st finger, crossing over to the 5th fret on the 4th string with our 3rd finger. So slowly we have, again even slower. That's the first piece to master, and when we start the song you're going to play that 4 times. Okay, so take it slowly, work it out, work each one of these pieces out very slowly to start with, build up a piece of time, build up 1 repetition, 2 repetitions, 3, 4, and slowly build it from there. Okay? Okay, so the first part we've learnt. Okay, now comes the second part, which would sound like this. Okay, so very similar to the first part we've learned. However, the notes are different, and also we have to work out how to get from the first part into the second part. So that's the bit we're going to look at now. This is what we call a transition. So transitioning from the first part to the second part. Let's take a look at that. So we played this lick for the 4th time. We finish here. We then take our 3rd finger, roll it over to the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Take our 1st finger then to the 4th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so that's our transition. Okay. So we've played the first part. Roll that 3rd finger over to the 5th fret on the 3rd string and put your 1st finger on the 4th fret, 2nd string, as the transition, okay? Once we get here, we're going to do a little walk up again like in the first part with our 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string and the 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Okay. So with the transition we have so if we play out of the last phrase in the first part, transition, and when we get to this we're going to play it 1, 2, 3 times again. 1, 2, 3, back to the 1st finger. Same pattern as the previous one, but the notes have changed. Okay. With the transition from the 5th fret 4th string. Play that again 2 times. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's look at this piece without the transition in some more detail. So we're starting where we have, okay, we've got our 3rd finger here, Okay, to make the transition, then we put our first finger down. 1, 2, 3, and this time we're going to come back with our second finger on the 5th fret 3rd string. Okay, so from the transition we moved over to the 3rd finger. Then we pick that note again, and that gives you that gives us the phrase 2 times. Okay, so from the last part of the first lick that we learnt, transition, move the 3rd finger over, 1st finger, 2nd finger, a repeat, and that gets us to the end of the second part. So, having got to the end of the second part, we're going to cross back over with our 3rd finger to the 5th fret on the 4th string, and play the first lick again. And we play that 2 times. Okay, so making our pass of the last time through the second part. Then we come over with our 3rd finger on the 5th fret, that's the first one we learned. Okay, so now moving on to the 3rd part, which sounds like this, which is a little different. So there are some parts of this that are very similar to what we've just learned, but the end, the phrasing, a little different. So let's look at how we're going to get from this guy here, okay, into that one there. So our last pass of this first phrase, which we're playing 2 times, we're going to come up to with our 2nd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So we've got to get from there up to there, which is quite quick. Okay, once we're here, we're going to play a phrase we kind of already know from the second part. That little walk up. It's the same fingering pattern as we did for the previous one. So from our 2nd finger, 7th fret 3rd string, we take our 1st finger over onto the 6th fret 2nd string, walk up, 2nd finger 7th fret 2nd string, and our 3rd finger on the 8th fret 2nd string. There we get from there. So our transition, okay, so that's the next piece to learn. Again, let's do it really slowly through the last time here. So, now we've made it into this 3rd piece. We're going to pick this string 3 times as we did with the other licks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we then come down to the 1st finger on the 6th fret 2nd string, over to the 2nd finger on the 7th fret 3rd string. Okay, and we play this 7th fret 3rd string twice. Okay, so completely we'd have so the whole phrase up here from the transition we then slide down with this 3rd finger to the 6th fret 2nd string, and we're going to play a little bit of the 2nd lick again. So we start again, 1, 2, 3, 1st finger, 4th fret 2nd string, over to the 2nd finger, 5th fret 3rd string. So moving down from this one, let's go back to our third line here. Slide down to the 6th fret 2nd string. Let's go over that again nice and slowly. From the 2nd finger on the 7th fret 3rd string. Slide down to the 6th fret. Now we cross back over to the first lick we learnt. So we have 3rd finger comes over to the 5th fret on the 4th string. And we finish it off that way. So we play into the first lick again. Back over to the 3rd fret, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and back to the 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the 4th string. So let's go through it slowly all together. Okay, here we have, this is the complete piece. So we'll count 1, 2, 3. Crossover coming. Cross back. Up to the 7th fret. Slide down the 6th fret 2nd string. Crossover. That is the whole thing. So this song is a little bit of work to get under the fingers, but there's huge advantages in taking the time to learn this one properly. Probably the most important part is the transitions, how to make your fingers cross over the strings correctly so you can move smoothly from one part to the other, from part 1 to part 2 to part 3, back to part 2, back into part 1. So that's what this one's all about. So take your time, build up nice and slowly. If you have questions, we'll talk about it more in our lessons. You can send me an email, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.